been a project, as was said earlier, that has been envisioned for a very long time. But government after government has not been able to execute this particular project. It is a very much needed project because we believe that some of the key pillars for the growth of this economy lie in tourism and the creative arts. But you just don't become a tourism hub or a creative arts hub by saying so. You must have the necessary infrastructure to support the growth of that industry. And when you look at Ghana today, the largest auditorium that people tend to play in is less than 3,000, isn't it? Yeah, about less than 3,000 people. And so if an artist has to play, you have to bring in an artist to play and the capacity is 3,000 people. That means they have to charge much higher prices to make up for their costs. So you tend to see the costs for shows and so on being high. That doesn't bring up the demand because the cost is high, and therefore they don't make the necessary or the requisite revenues or profits for their businesses. And so you'll see, Ghana, being in a position with this sort of exhibition center, which is 20,000 capacity. That's almost 10 times the capacities we have now. That opens a whole new avenue for the creative arts, for tourism, for exhibition, hosting conventions and conferences. It's a big market for doing so. Ghana is a very attractive destination, and we are going to be in a position with AFCFTA also here, that synergy between hosting the AFCFTA secretariat here. A lot of trade issues are going to be discussed here, a lot of conferences. We see Ghana as a real center for many conferences, for many exhibitions, for many creative arts shows and so on. We already have our December in Ghana and beyond the return and so on. So you see so many opportunities that will help grow this economy. And so we are very, very excited. I wanted to come here to see. I had a previous meeting a few weeks ago with Agnes in my office to get an update of where we were. She gave me an update, and I said, well, I would like to come and see for myself where we really are. And I must tell you, I'm very, very impressed. I want to thank the contractor, the consultant, and the workers and the management for where they've gotten us to today. You may not realize it, but this is the work is very advanced. But you may look at this and you may see a shell, but all the amenities have been provided. The roads, the fiber, the water, the electricity, everything. And so what they are telling us is that in the next 8 months, this project will be complete. And we are going to hold them to it. And I'm hoping by the grace of God that I will come and commission this project in September. We will hold them to it within the next 8 months, that this will be completed and will come to. So I want to take this opportunity to reassure the creative arts industry, because I know, talking to you and what we said we were going to do to build this type of facility, because one of the biggest problems that the creative arts industry has is the space, to actually do shows, to bring in people and all of that. That constraint is real. But I want to assure you that by the grace of God, with the continuation of this project, we should have something for you in 8 months' time that is world class. That is world class. And I also want to take the opportunity to make the point that what is happening in trade fair today and why we have been able to make the progress we have made, and we are 8 months from completion, is because of the new approach that we've adopted in bringing on board a private-public partnership. That has been a game changer. And as I have said in our manifesto, this is the way forward for Ghana. And I'm going to do more, to bring more in the private sector, to take out of government expenditure 30 billion Ghana cedis each year in favor of the private sector. Each year, 30 billion, so that the private sector is able to do a lot more and do that, so that we support the private sector. Without the private sector, we wouldn't be this advanced. So I want us to understand this new model that we are trying to implement in many things, and I want the private sector to really be center stage in most of the things that we are going to do in the infrastructure space and so on going forward for this country. I'm very optimistic, and I thank you all for this. And I also want to thank our incoming MP for Ladade, Protocol, Joseph here, for being here and for supporting. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.